So you guys
Yo,
all know there's something called CRT that's going around in Twitter and everywhere else, right? So let me draw this out. So this is how we started, right? Um, so there's a candle and there's a candle high and candle low, and these highs and lows are liquidity points or liquid voids, and we would like to take shorts once the high is taken, and we would look for longs once the low is taken. You, everyone knows this, right? But do you guys know which candle to pick or which candle to identify as your range? That might be the most important question you guys probably have. And the easiest way for that is, first we have to identify the previous range, whatever that is. And when it breaks out from that range, and the new range gets created, this is the range that we are playing with. And how do we identify this? There are several ways. You can tell that if there's a PD array created here, FEG, order block, a candle close through. It could be anything, to be honest. But the easiest way to identify this is if you go to a higher time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. So these big body candles are always the ranges most of the time, and inside the range there could be another range created, a lower time frame or a different range created. So let's just say this as our range that we are playing in right now. Why is it this range? Because we have a body closure above the previous range or the previous candle or whatever. It could be the previous candle as well. And when a big body candle closes above the range, this is the new range that we are playing in. And we would like to take shorts once the high gets turtle souped or when the low gets turtle souped. How we can see in the next candle, it closes above it. So here, this is the new range that we are trying to take shorts or longs from. You see how it was the previous, you see how it's the previous range and we closed above it, and that's why this is the new range that we are in right now. We are always within a range of or breaking out. Yes. So always we are either inside this range or we are breaking out. You can see it turtle soup and it there might have been a little dump as well. So the easiest way to figure it out is a body closure next to the previous candle. That's the easiest way. But it's all fractal. What does that mean? So on the 4 hour, there might be a body closure here, but on the 6 hour, see how the 6 hour goes. On the 6 hour, this is the new range. So it's not this. So you always have to look at the higher time frame first and then go to your lower time frames. So in here, when this 6 hour closes, the previous range that I had is no longer valid. So now I mark this as my range right now. Because why? It closed above these highs right here. This high is a main high, but you can, as soon as a body closes above this high, this becomes your new range. So let's look at the next candle again. Closes above, this is the new range we are in. And it closes above again, this is the new range we are in. And you might say, how do we know when to take the turtle soup here when the range high gets taken, right? The only way is time first, and with this open high or open low. If you're looking for shorts, obviously you guys know we have take open lows. It was not open low here. It was an open high. My bad. Open low here. I got it confused. And here it was an open low again. It was not an open high, and it closed above. And in this candle, it was an open high. So the next candle has to be an open high. This is just the basics of how to figure out the range you are in. Always remember, you might be in a higher time frame range, and there are lower time frame ranges inside this. Something like this. So you could take this high first and turtle soup low and then go higher. Something like this. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with my? You guys get the point, right? Is this record? Yeah. There's no trade here though, right? In here there is a trade because it opened high. There's a TS right here. SMT as well. Yes, of course SMT plays a huge role in this as well. So the main way to figure out what range we are in, we have to figure out the previous range, and then we need to draw the new range that we are in. If we close above it, that's the only way. So in here right now, I can easily tell that if this 4 hour closes below it, we are in this range. First of all, I want to say there are 3 types of main ranges that I use, me and the inner circle as well. And this is the first type of range. This is what you guys call CRT, but we have a different name for it. We call it the ICR. ICR in the sense important candle range, because this is the important candle that takes place right now. This is the candle that we want to turtle soup to the lows or to the highs. And I hope you guys know about the 3 candle pattern, right? The 3 candle pattern plays a huge role here. Let me draw this out. So let's say this is the higher time frame range we are in on the 4 hour, the hourly, the daily price fractal. Right? This could go even to the 15, the 5, the 3. Um, I don't really look at the 1 minute. You said you were going to talk about the 3 major ranges and then stopped. Nah, I mean, I'll talk about the 2 ranges. The third one, I don't know whether we'll talk about it. Third one, you'll never see it anywhere on Twitter or YouTube or anywhere. These 2 ranges, you can see it. You can find it on Twitter, YouTube, in other master classes as well. Right? This is the ICR that I call the ICR. Why the ICR? Because I want to turtle soup the important candle. The important candle is the range that we are in. So I'll just draw the framework of it. So let's just say this is the important candle we are in. What that means is that this is the range we are in. This has to be higher time frame. Could be 5 minutes, could be 15 minutes, could be 30 minutes, whatever it is. It should be the higher time frame of the. If you're trading the 5 seconds, it should be at least the 15 minute or the 5. And if you're trading the hourly and if you're taking entries on the 1 minute SMTs or breaker blocks or order blocks, they should be at least the hourly or the 4 hour, which is my favorite actually. So let's just say this is the important candle that we are in. If this is the important candle, what we want to see is the next candle soups this, and we want to see an open high into the previous candle's high. and then closes below this. And you can always enter at this high as well. And the next candle, the distribution candle. It will take, it'll go to these lows, or at least to the equilibrium of the previous range. So do we enter on the third candle? You guys can enter on the third candle. Third candle is much safer, but me personally, I like the second candle to enter on the manipulation. The only way I would enter on the manipulation is it has to open high when we are looking for shorts, and I have a different entry method that I use, which is really good. That's the only reason. Or else I would just enter on the third candle once this closes below the range, and I'll enter on whatever PD array or order block or a 5-minute SMT, 1-minute SMT. Third candle would be your PD array entry candle, I believe. Like I said, most of my trades I enter on the second candle only because of my entry model. The entry model is so good. It's actually Jeff's entry model. He introduced it to me. Only because of that I enter on the second candle, or else I would never enter on the second candle. How many minutes would you wait for identifying the open high, open low for higher time, like 4 or 1 hour? That's a really good question. I'll go to that in a bit. That's a really good question because I look at my entries. I fractalize this to the 5-minute and the 15-minute. That's how I know that this open high will stay and it's not going to go above it again. Right? I'll give you guys a little tip, right? Let's just say, let's change the color. Let's say this is a bullish candle. And this is bullish as well. Sometimes it could open low and close below this range as well. You're talking about the ranges? I wasn't watching probably. Yeah, I think I am. So sometimes it could close below the range, but it's still a bullish candle. This could still play out, but me personally, this is low probability. But this was an open low, and I want this to be an open high. So when this happens, I will never enter on the manipulation candle, because this is the manipulation candle, and I will wait till the next candle pops up, the third candle, which will distribute and which is fast as well, right? And so you asked Laundry, right? Who's Jeff? Jeff is Zephy. How many minutes would you wait for identifying the open high, open low for a higher time frame, like 4 hour, 1 hour, 6 hour? Or I'll give you guys an entry model to use as well. So let's just say these have range, right? And you want the next 4 hour or the 6 hour or whatever to open high, and it open high, and we are in this area right here. What I want to see in this area is another ICR playing out. What does that mean? The same, I guess, the pattern to play out in this area as well. Create another range. And this range to get souped again. Maybe on the 5-minute or the 15-minute. This is what I wanna see on the lower time frame as well. And I want this to close below it as well. And now, when I see this on the 15 or the 5, you could show them my 915 long, good example. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll show it. So when you fractalize this, you can get entries as well. And what I like to do is look at the 3 and the 5, and when the 5 so when the 5 open highs and when it flips, you guys know the opening price and the true CISD, right? So let's say this is the 5-minute or the 3 or whatever, and this is the opening price, and it open highs somewhere here, and when it flips bullish, and when the candle turns black, or red or bearish, whatever. When this happens, I enter. So now I know this 5 minute or the 15 on the lower time frame will hold, and this will also be the high of the higher time frame as well. I'll show you guys examples. This is the first type of range. This is the ICR. Why the ICR? Because there's important candle. And this lower time frame ICR, you can use it for the for the second range that I will show you guys in a bit as well. Can you please say the last thing again? I'm not really sure what I said. Can you show this on your entry from today at 8:30? Yeah, sure. What I said was I want to see this same exact pattern, I guess, to play out in the lower time frame. I want an important candle to form on the 15. You guys know how to figure out the important candle now, right? You need to see a body candle, and normally the important candle is pretty big. And what happens after a big expansion candle? The next candle is going to be a small, maybe a bigger wick, and the third candle is going to distribute. So the same thing, you will see it in the lower time frame here as well, in this yellow box on the wick of this higher time frame candle. And like I said, I want this to be red in the sense bearish. So I want this to be I want this to open high, which is more higher probable from what I have studied. I'll show you guys examples. You can see it right here on this 6 hour, and you see this is the first candle, this is the second candle, and this is the third. This is the range we are in. Why is this the range? Because this was the previous range. You guys can see it's a big expansion move, and this is the second one. It closed above. You move this, and it again closed above, and this is the high and the low. And when this happens, I want the next 6 hour to open high. It's actually here. Let's see. This was not the shot that I took. It was somewhere here. But let's see this as well. You see what happened? It's not perfect, but you guys get the idea. This is the important candle we are in, because it closed. This closed above. If this closed above as well, even higher probable. But for now, let's just choose this. And this is the doji. This is what you guys want to see. And when this happens, you guys see this was not an open high, right? This was an open low. When this happens, I don't like to enter on the manipulation move or on the high. I would wait till the next candle presents itself and gives me an entry. And I have my own entry methods which I would use. This was at this was Asian range. Let's see a better setup. I'll show you guys the entry that I took here at 8:30. So right now, once I saw this, the 6 hour soup in this, I know my total is way lower, at least to these lows. Because this is what I want to see, right? I want to see an open high, and I want to see the equilibrium of this range, or at least the low. Let's go to a lower time frame, and there was SMTs at this highs as well. Let's just forget about the SMTs and everything, and let's go to a lower time frame, and there's SMTs here. When this SMT happened, I know we were gonna go way lower, and you guys see the turtle soup here. See, it's not as clean, but when you mix all the time frames together, it just works out. This was the important candle. I know it didn't sweep here, but like on the 15 it did. And maybe you can tell the range that we were in here is this range right here. The last range is this. So this was the body closed, but the body did not close. But in here, the body did close. Go to 30-minute. It's actually much cleaner here. So this is the range, the last range that we were in, and you see how this opened low. This is why I don't want to take an entry here, and it almost closed above. It did not, but it almost closed above. So I would obviously wait for the next candle, and there was SMT at this highs. This told me that we were going lower, and I entered at these highs. At these highs, and I took partial is good because there was SMT here as well. When we purge the range high with an open high, all bullish SMTs will get ran through. This is why most of you were struggling at the range. Yep. So this is why the SMTs matter when our dollar is right. All these other SMTs are temporary. Why did you not care about the 6-hour low already being purged? Ooh, that's a good question. Where is this right? So what did I tell you guys? It's a 3-candle pattern. What does that mean? That means the second candle is the manipulation, the third candle is the actual distribution. You guys can see that, right? This distributed, this did not. This was a manipulation, and it was a bit different on NQ. You see, it created SMT, and this is the second candle. This was the manipulation candle, and this is the distribution candle. This distributed, and it closed above, and this is the range we are in right now. So once this range forms, you want to see a lower time frame range as well. The same thing, the ICR. You want to see an important candle closed below or above it, and you want to swoop it, take the lows and go higher, or take the high and go lower. Range low, 6-hour low to range 6-hour high. Notice both worked, but the real breakout was when we opened high. Yep, that's the most important thing. It has to open high and open low when we are going longs, and it has to open high if you are going shorts. Do you still want a higher time frame PD array involved? It's actually a good question. Normally, when you talk about PD arrays, because we are looking at different time frames, there will always be a PD array to the left. There will always be a PD array, an order block or a higher time frame FEG, a daily or a weekly FEG or order block. I would prefer having a FEG like today. We had FEG here. Was it on the daily? Yep, there's an order block here, and on ES we had this daily fair value gap. I would prefer it, but I really don't want. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest. If I identify the range right, and if I identify the manipulation candle right, I know, even though I did not enter on the turtle soup, I can always catch the distribution candle. That's it. But if there was a PD array to the left, it works out even better, to be honest. That's the first type of range, which I call it the ICR, because it's an important candle. And the next type of range, I hope you guys understood that. I can show you guys more examples if you guys really want. What was Nemi? You took a long, right? Here, is it here? 12:45. Was it 12:45 or somewhere here? What time was it? 12:45. Yep. So this is perfect. Is it a higher time frame? Yeah. Yeah. This was perfect. You see, you take it on NQ on 9:15. Who took this long? Uzi did, right? I'll go over this first. This is the long Uzi took. So ranges again, right? How do we pick the range we are in? First, we have to identify the previous range, and if there was a body closure on the higher time frame, that indicates that there's a new range formed. So this is the range we are in. This is the range we are in, and this is a high. This is the low of the candle. This is the high of the candle on the hourly, and the next hour it opened low. What does that mean? That means we can look for longs, and the best thing to do is to identify a smaller time frame range inside this. There was SMT here. Yeah. So body SMT. This is much cleaner. That's why I'm going to use ES. Go to the hourly again. So this is the range we are in. And when 11 a.m. forms like this, we don't want to take any longs until this 11 a.m. candle closes and the next 12 open lows. If it open high, we are no longer interested in longs. How how do you know when the open low is done? Try longer than got smoked. Yeah, I'm explaining it right now. I explained it before as well. The only way is by using fractal ranges and trusting your entry model. That's the only way. 'Cause we can never 100% predict that this is going to be an open high or open low. But the easiest way is to use the fractal ranges. Just like I said, right? This is the range we are in. The next candle, we predict that's going to go higher, and we want to see that important candle range pattern play out. I don't like to. It is a pattern, so I mean, it is a pattern, so I'll call it a pattern. So the next candle we want to see it open low, right? But more importantly, we want to see a lower time frame range playing out. Like I said, we only look for longs after 12 because 11 was the important candle range. If you're using range highs and lows, do you need to pay attention also to previous day session, day 6? If you're using range highs and lows, do you need to pay attention also to previous day sessions? Previous days, it's like you saying, this is the question you're asking. So we are inside this range, but also we might be in a higher time frame range from yesterday here. So yeah, we are inside this range. Is he lagging for you? Am I lagging? Say am I lagging?
Nah, you good. I can. You good. You
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So this is the question you're asking. Yeah, we are inside this range, but also we are inside a different higher time frame range, probably from yesterday as well. So you have to identify your range, and you have to identify if you take longs from here, it might chop up a bit because we are in a different range. So maybe target equilibrium. This could always happen. The best way to not get chopped up in this range is to wait for a higher time frame range high to get taken and then go with it if you're not sure. So if you guys want to backtest this, don't go to the 15 or the 30 minute and backtest this. Go to a daily or a weekly. It's much easier. Once you perfect the daily or the weekly, go to your 15 or your 30 minute or whatever. Is there a specific uh, time frame pairs? Yeah. So I like to use the daily and the 4 hourly, the 4 hour and the hourly as well. And from that, I want to see lower time frame range. So let's go to this example again. This was the range where we were in. something like this. And this was 12 a.m. open, and we want to get in the wick of the hourly. You don't always have to. You can always get in the third candle as well. You can see this is the previous range we were in. So I'll go slowly on this one by one, right? This is the range we were in. Is there a body closure? Yeah, there's a body closure here. This got souped. This is the main range we are in. Why is that? Because it closed below this low. So this is the ICR. So when we see this ICR, I want to see this get souped. And when this gets souped with SMT, you can trust this. Why is that? Because not only on the 15, on the hourly as well, the same thing happens. The same thing. And there's definitely a SMT here from here. Pretty sure. Yep, here. You guys see this? This SMT you can trust. And now here it just switched from bearish order flow to bullish order flow. And from 12 to 1, this is the manipulation candle. And the next candle is going to be your distribution candle. So ICR is the most recent range that closed above or below previous candle. ICR is just the important candle that we are in right now. The way to find the important candle we are in right now, you have to first identify the previous candle range, and that from that, when there's a body close above or below it, a new ICR gets created. That's it. Is this why we got to pull back at 1445 on the 15? Let's see 1445. Is it on ES? 1445 to the highs, or so here the only thing I see, because this is how I look at the markets. You can tell this is the range we're in, and it closed below it right here. And this is the new range. This is the new important candle range, the CRT. You can call it whatever you guys want. And it opened low and it went high. Can see this was on the 15, and there's always a lower time frame range in play with this. If you go to 5, you can see this is the range we're in, closed below it. And this is the new range we're in, closed below it. The next one open low, and there's probably SMT somewhere here. I don't go to the 1 minute because there's a lot of noise in the 1 minute. The lowest I'll go is 3 and the 5. And remember about the bullish flip and the bearish flip. It's the best way to get entries. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what you were talking about, right? Um, so that's ICR. I hope you guys understood it. And the next one is a bit different, but it's actually yeah. We can call it a parent candle or an inside candle. You guys can call it whatever you guys want. This is actually my favorite. This and the third one. This is just when there's ICR in play and there's inside candle next to it. So what does that mean? So let's just say this is the ICR, right? The important candle. And the next candle is inside candle. It doesn't matter if this is a bearish or a bullish candle as long as this is inside, and when it closes above or below it, this is the new range that we are playing with. Why? Because it could easily take this low and go higher, or take these highs and go lower. What do you mean by the bullish flip and bearish flip for best entry? What what I meant there was, I explained it before as well. Let me see. So this is the opening price, right? Let's say this is the important candle range. Yeah, true CISD. So this is the important candle range on the lower time frame. Like I said, I want to see a higher time frame range plane, and inside that, I want to see a lower time frame range. And on this, I want to see this getting souped, and I want let's say I want to go in shorts, right? Forget about this candle right here. Let's say it opens somewhere here, the 5 or the 15 or whatever it is, right? And it goes like this, and this is the opening price on the same time frame, whether it's 15 or 5, when it flipped like this. So it opened high, and when it flipped, I would enter here when this flips. And this is the breaker you will see on the lower time frame as well. There will be breaker, there will be order block, whatever it is, FEG, whatever it is. Is the bullish or the bearish flip. Happens in the other way as well. So vice versa, if you're going for longs, opens right here, and when the opening price flips, this is CISD you guys want to see. You guys go for longs. This is the second type of range. This is inside candle. When this candle forms and when it closes below the high and above the low, this candle high and low are key liquidity points where you guys can go longs if this low gets taken, or shorts if this high gets taken. I'll show you guys a good example for earnings. You see, this is the important candle range we were in, right? And everyone was targeting the highs or whatever, right? So if you guys knew ranges, you could have easy short at this. This is the 15-minute we are in. This is the new range, and the next candle forms. What happens on the next candle? It's a new range formed. What did I say about the new range? These highs and lows are key liquidity points. It could take this high, the previous range high, and short. You can go for shorts. And if it takes the low first, we would have gone for longs, right? It took the high and it dumped. This is the manipulation candle, the first candle. This is the second candle, which is the distribution candle. 1, 2, 3. 3 candle pattern. 15-minute range for mark. Yep. And the same thing, I'll show you guys what happened on the hourly as well for longs, which I took. So this is the distribution candle from the previous longs, and if I mark this out like this, the next candle is an inside candle. I knew it was going to be an inside candle, and the third candle would give me longs or shorts, and it gave me longs here, and I entered at the lows, and I took partial somewhere here. So you guys saw how it played out, right? And you might say the third candle did only took the inside candle and not the candle low, but on in Q it took the candle low. So it was SMT. Even I think my show my gold long perfect example, dude. I don't look at gold. I don't know what you're talking about. Uh, so this is the inside candle. I took that ego, but I target 1 hour range high. So you were targeting this. So this is not a bad target, but the only issue with this target is you have to see how the market does while going there. And we have earnings at 4, and when this candle formed, you should have closed out your longs. When this candle forms, if the next candle open low, and if it open lows, maybe you can target all these highs. But just because it open high, this is a really bad long. You should have only shorted here, and there's SMT as well. There's some nice SMT here. Yeah, Oni told me the market was exhaust, so I closed at 50% equilibrium breaker. Yeah, I don't know, get stuck looking for this over and over again, get smacked in my face. All right, I think that's it for the inside candle. Basically, an inside candle. Next, inside and important candle. Those are the two types of ranges. And the third one is a bit different. Tests. All these include as well. Bit different. I don't think third range is there. How many minutes would you wait for identifying the open high? I answered that. There's no specific time. You have to wait. I still didn't understand why you took shorts after 6 hour low was taken. Oh, there was SMT, and like I said, the, we were in the yes, right? So it was this candle, right? It's always a 3 candle pattern. So the first candle is the range. The second candle is the manipulation, and I took it on the manipulation. And the third candle should distribute. That's why, even though it took this low, it could distribute. And there was a SMT as well, and in the same way, NQ just took it on this candle, on that high that was perched before. That's where NQ took the high. It did not take it before. You guys know what I mean? So on ES, right, I took it on this candle. It took the previous high. This is the second candle. This is the manipulation candle. And I know the third candle is going to distribute even lower. And on NQ, this candle, wait, is it this candle? Yeah. This candle went higher and it created SMT. That's how I knew the third candle is going to distribute. So in here, this is the first candle, the first range. This is the second candle, and this is the distribution candle. Could you show how you used it on your BTC all shorts when everyone was balls deep in longs? Damn, bruh. For me to go to BTC, you guys can see this in everywhere. It does not. It's not only on NQ or ES. The 3 candle pattern, the open high, the open low, it's there everywhere on ETH. Wait, is it loading? You see this? This is the range we are in. It open highs. Even this. Look at this. This is the important candle range, right? What do you want to see next? You want to see an open high, close below. The third candle is going to distribute, and it did distribute. This candle's low. Is there a ICR SMT? Is this a thing? The other pairs don't sweep, the higher the lower. Does that matter? Do we need all pairs to do this? That's actually a really good question. Actually, a really good question. It's actually a real thing. So on the ICR, let's say this is the manipulation candle, and this swept the previous high, right? and if, or this is on Ethereum, right? And if BTC did not, still fine. If BTC did not, it's still fine. It could still go lower because we have a higher time frame SMT. This is the same as BTC going lower. So do more supers not enter on the manipulation candle? Everyone on Twitter makes it look like they caught the very top. No, that's not what I'm saying. So I actually prefer the top. And I'm just saying for you guys it's much better if you guys enter on the third candle. Because it's easier for you guys. It helps with your win rate. That's all. Second candle best RR, third candle best ratio. That's what I'm saying. That's perfect. The second candle best RR, but you might get stopped out if you don't know the perfect lower time frame range that you are in. Anyway, is this why we are flushing right now? Because we open high on the monthly range and we had SM. Yes, exactly. I think Nemi posted this as well. You see what's going on in the monthly. You guys see what's going on the monthly. What is this? This is the ICR. This is the ICR, and it souped it. Open high. And it looks like there's going to be a body closure as well. Another 6 days. Let's see. You know what that means? The third candle will distribute. So this month distribute? No, it's the next month. This is the second candle. 1, 2, 3. How do you know how to enter on the third candle? Yeah, it could be anything. It could be CIST, maybe 15 open high if you're going for shorts. Could be a 5-minute SMT, 1-minute SMT. It could be anything. The thing is, when the third candle forms, if it, oh, and also make sure, guys, the third candle, if you're going for shorts, the third candle has to open high. It has to open high as well. If it open lows, you're probably wrong, and it already tapped the equilibrium of the previous range. The third candle should open high as well, and you guys want to get enter on the wick of the third candle. I like to see pop about the previous candle closing price. If the second candle takes ICR's high and the low at the same time, do you expect the third candle to distribute? Second candle takes. It's all about context. So here, right, it takes the high and the low, but if it closes below it, I expect the third candle to distribute. But it has to open high. If it open lows, I'm no longer interested. Has to open high. So the beginners news here, they should stick to third candle until we good at spotting ranges. Yeah, that's what I would say. Because the third candle is so easy, so free. Just enter on any OB or any SMT because you know your dollar is right. Target 50% of the range or the range low. Is that the monthly close below? That's the new month. Yep. So when this closes, this is the new range. So that's what I said. If this open lows, what is this? Yes, the third candle is supposed to distribute, but this is also the ICR if it closes below it. So that's why I don't want to see an open low. If it open lows, it could go higher. For more clarification. Yep. On a 50-minute range, does the first 3-minute candle have to be bullish to be considered open high? The 50-minute range, does the first 3-minute candle? Nah, actually, there's nothing like that. It all depends. If the 15 is not clear, go to the 5 and look at the same pattern, the same open high. Because we can't for sure say if it's gonna open high or open low, right? You're not 100% sure about it. You're like 70% sure that this high will hold. But when it closes below it, now you are like 90% sure that this high will hold. Unless you have a really nice entry method on your lower time frames, which I have, which inner circle uses as well. With that, you can catch. Zephy can actually catch any swing low and swing high. You think I'm joking, bro? Even when the second candle takes out the when the second candle takes out the high and the low of the ICR, what's the target for third candle? What's the target? Obviously, so this is what you're saying, right? Let's go to the monthly. There's SMT here. So this is the ICR y'all are talking about. You all said if this is the ICR, right? This is ICR right now. Why? It closed above it, but it did not sweep it. But what do we have here? We have SMT here, which means this is valid. And wait, what's the question again? When the second candle takes out the high and the low. Yep. See, it's all about context. If there's the third candle should open high. That's the easiest way to see whether I'm going for shorts or longs. With your screen frozen, what? Is it still frozen?
Yeah, it's still frozen. You
Why is
could
that?
probably close the share screen and then
Yeah,
yeah, reopen back up.
good, right?
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah. So it all depends, right? So the third candle, the most important thing is it has to open high if you're going for shorts. And if it closes below this, it's much better as well. So now I know the third candle will distribute, but the third candle has to open high. Why? When this closes below it, this is the new range, and if it swoops this, it could go high again. That's why. How do I know the third candle is going to distribute? It has to open high, and I need a proper entry method on the wick of the third candle. We need a presentation on what makes it a true open high, open low. Would you take it if your setup was there, even if the third candle didn't open? No, I would never take it. I would never take it. I would never take it because it's too low for me. What does that mean? So let's say this is the range, right? And if this open lows, it's too low for me. It probably tap equilibrium as well. Why would I enter here? Somewhere here. Always want to enter at the wick of that candle. Would never take entry here. Never. Yeah. Here's a serious question that I have a hard time with. Often. If a candle opens and goes low for a few pips, then reverses and opens high, this is still could use as an open high. I know what you're saying, and almost everyone had this problem. The only way that helps with it is to identify the lower time frame range. Let's say you want to, huh, let's say this ICR is gonna probably fix maybe not all, but 80% of your problems. So let's say the hourly you want to see an open low. You want to let's say the hourly you want to see an open high. Go and maybe on the 15 or the 5, see how the ICR is on that time frame. And if the next open highs on the 5 or the 15, so we are in the hourly wick, right? It open highs, but there's also a wick here as well, a small wick. We still don't know whether this is going to be the open high or open low. But if this is the third candle, this is why I'm telling you guys to enter on the third candle, not on the on the manipulation candle, because it might be a bit risky. So this is the wick of the higher time frame. I want to see another 50-minute range play out, and I want to see this getting souped, and maybe SMT. SMT is your friend. SMT here, and I'll enter maybe when this flips on the next candle. That's the only way. And with this, if you have enough data on your setup and all that, you know this hourly open will flip. Can you look at the 12 p.m. long on the 1 minute? I wasn't sure if that was open high or open low in the first 15. Yeah, sure. NQ. Oh, yes. Here, right? So it opened here, and whenever you guys see this, it can be an open high, but we are not sure for sure. We don't know whether it's going to be open high or open low yet, right? So the only way to get conviction here, like I said, you have to look for a lower time frame range. That's the only way. So when this opens, I'm going to go for the 5 minute, and I'm going to look at the ranges here. This is the nearest range, the big body expansion candle. So mechanical, yeah, it's not mechanical, but you can make it mechanical. So this is the range we're in, right? This is the range we're in, and obviously this is an inside candle, and the next one is it did not take the range low, the range high. Now you're bullish, right? You have to have a bullish bias, and it has to open low. It opened high a bit, and in here you can see the wick, and it took off. You see this? This is the important candle. The next 15 open low, and when this flips, right? Like I said, this is the opening price. This is the new 15-minute opening price. It's an open high for now, right? It's open high and it's going down. Like I said, it's open high. You're not for sure. You don't know whether it's gonna go. It's gonna be open high or open low yet. But when you see this, when you see the lower time frame range playing out, you can have. It's all about probabilities, right, guys? So for here, if you take a long here, the chance of you losing is very high. Always you want to enter below the opening price. So the opening price is here. Like I said, I want to see a range play out. This happens. This is the new range we are in, and this the next candle open lows and sweeps it. And when this flips, right? What happens here is this is what happens. And this is the previous low gets swept, and when the opening price flips, there's SMTs here. Like I said, there's SMT here. When there's SMT here, when this flip, I buy. This is the only way you know that this open low is gonna hold. And now I'm like 70% sure the hourly opening price might be somewhere here, right? Might be somewhere here. It's gonna flip as well, and now we are gonna be bullish. That's the only way. It's so beautiful. On the 1 minute and 3 minute that we used to watch all the time, this three candle panel is what is happening. Yeah. Getting a sentiment, blah, blah. If you just watch three candle pattern on the high trend, this will clear up all the mess of the low trend. I didn't know. See this deep. This is actually super deep. It took us a month or two to properly perfect this, I would say. It took us a long time. So you use the first 15-minute candle as a range and look for SMTs and TS. Yeah, but I don't always have to. Maybe there's a previous 15-minute candle on the left from the previous time frame. Every question I see is impulsive, right? There could be a range here as well. I mean, in this example, there is not, but it could be. It could still work out. Like I said, right? You guys probably saw the tweet when I said, all. What did I say? Wait for the second candle on a higher time frame candle. Wait for the second lower time frame candle or the higher time frame candle. What does that mean? The first 15 on the hourly. Let's say this is the hourly. Let's say this is the hourly, and this is the first 15. This is the second. This is the third. This is the fourth. Most likely, the SMR is here or here. It could happen here, and it for sure can happen here as well. But if we go, it's like, let's take the weekly candle for example. When was the last time you guys saw Monday creating the higher the low of the week? Rarely happens, right? It's the same. It's the same concept here as well. We want to see the high or the low of the week happen on Wednesday or Thursday, or sometimes Tuesday as well. It's the same concept. This is the Monday's range. It's manipulation. It's a distribution. Whatever it is. Here's a certain time that this. Is there a certain time that this likes to play out? Are there specific times you look for this to happen? Yeah, there is a specific time, and that was today. And I actually called this out as well. I'll show you guys the screenshot as well. When this expansion move happened, I knew this was going to be an inside candle. I called this out to Nemi. I told the 2 a.m. Um, I called the 2 a.m. It's going to be an inside candle. And the third one will take the high or the low and distribute. If you ask how to use this or that, the answer will be a non-answer. You can only find answer within yourself, trying it out. Yeah, yeah. Why you think it would be an inside candle? Well, the easy answer is that I have studied it on a daily basis for a really long time. What is the time we should expect this to happen? Expect what to happen? The inside candle. It's you can't really. Well, point of the point of this is not guessing when it will happen. It doesn't matter when it will happen. Once it happen, look out for it and try to get a trade set up from it. You don't have to guess when's the next inside candle is gonna form. When's the next ICR is gonna play. ICR is gonna form. When this ICR forms, if the next open lows, yeah, longs so good. If it open lows and all that, you see this as well on the daily. This was the ICR, swept it, and what does this mean? Third candle could distribute. This is why time frame alignment is so important. On the daily, this looks like the third candle is going to distribute, but on the 6 hourly or the 4 hour, I don't want to see an open low. It could work out, but it's temporary. As long as you have time frame alignment in play and you trade with the order flow, you guys are going to be good. The inside candle forms, we are always watching for the top bottom to get souped, or sometimes do we just soup the inside candle? That's a good question. Well, what I have seen is normally the inside candle is the most. I don't want to use the word important, But normally the inside candle high and the low get souped, and it could go towards your direction as well. It doesn't always has to take the range high and the range low, but sometimes it does as well. So it depends. It depends on. This is why context and narrative is important. Do you have SMTs at the lows? What is the higher time frame order flow? So you see easily, right? On the daily, um, on the daily, we have a on the daily Thursday is going to be distribution, and this is the important candle range here. Let's say there's a inside candle right here. Would I expect these highs to get taken for me to short? Nah, I would just short once this high gets taken. That's it. If this high gets taken, I will short. Why? On the daily, we are on the distribution phase. If it open highs, I'm looking shorts. That's it. So 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 include higher time frame narrative and logic. Yup. It's the most important thing. You can use this for daily bias, doll, entries, everything. It's incredible. Thank you, man. Thank you.